What's up, everybody? It's me, your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. It's currently 8:50 a.m. on December 4th, 2024. My kid's birthday. Happy birthday, son. I love you, kiddo. All right, so all praises to the Most High for bringing us here for this message, for allowing us to be here with one another, okay? So let's talk. Let's just jump right into this. There is something that is very troubling and has been for me since you guys been following my channel. You guys know the issues that I've had with Heritage Park Apartments owned by McCormick and Barron and Salazar, okay? And I would like to thank everybody for your love and support and for being here for these messages. This particular message, I feel like is going to be important, okay? Let me just start by saying when I do these messages, you know, it's very rare that I campaign for anything that's personal to me. But I also feel like things that are personal to me are things that others are affected by. And what are we learning? We are learning that we have strength in numbers. We have strength with the Most High God. And, you know, we are, a lot of us that are part of the collective are very righteous people who have been through a lot of things in our lives that a lot of people just would never be able to survive or endure through. So overall, we're tired. We are tired. I am tired. You're tired. We're all fucking tired. We're tired of things not being fair and balanced. We're tired of being abused by people, by systems, by apartment communities, landlords, neighbors. We're tired of being harassed. We're tired of being bullied and intimidated into obscurity or back into a shell, and we don't speak out on it. History shows us that being quiet about stuff and allowing people to abuse their power does not serve the greater good of the collective. You feel me? It just doesn't. Think about just consider it. There was a time when somebody my color didn't even have an opportunity to rent an apartment in certain areas. You feel me? Where it was okay for landlords, property managers, real estate agencies to decline rental applications based on somebody's color. And just to be clear, this is not an issue today about black or white, because the people that have been harassing me here have all been black folks. You feel me? And that's sickening in itself. Okay? Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. There are all things that, you know, we could be doing better. There are different ways that things have been handled. But I personally know from my personal experience here, I have handled things better than I know that I could have, considering the circumstances. I'm grateful to the Most High God that I'm not out on the streets. That whatever the guardian angels, my ancestors, the divine did for me to make sure that I still had a place to be, I'm truly grateful for. And this is not about me being ungrateful. It is about me, because I marinated on it. You guys know I posted something last night in the community tab about my, you know, just kind of sharing my grievances about what I've experienced since I've been here. Okay? But then I took it down. I was advised, I got a word from the divine to take it down. And I prayed Got down on my knees and I prayed. I cried a little bit just out of frustration. Not out of fear, but frustration, anger. Because it doesn't take much for someone, a company, to just say, you know what? We fucked up. We dropped the ball. We should have never done that to you. This is what we're going to do to make it right. Without even coming out of their pocket. You know, I'm a pretty reasonable person. I wasn't looking for any type of compensation. Should I have gotten compensation from the time I moved in here? Hell yeah, I should have. The way that everything was handled. But see, I had to take a step back because then God said to me last night, Dwayne, it's personal, but it's all about why they did what they did. See, they participated in a bigger problem. The gang stalking, we already know what it is. The targeting of individuals. Look, that snow's coming down now. A storm. I prayed for a blizzard just because I like the weather sometimes. So thank you, God. But God had to remind me that yes, although I am in the situation, I'm not of the situation. You know what I'm saying? That I have to really it's very hard to do that sometimes, to take your personal feelings out of something that you're personally involved in. And so that's why I took a step back and I prayed and I asked for some peace, some comfort, and I got it. And so I said, you know what? Let me take the post down because God's handling things. The astro, you know. But then I also got another word about, I'm getting God bumps, about injustices. I'm not on here being a crybaby. I'm not on here bitching and moaning. I'm on here talking about things that are important to the collective that we are dealing with every single day. And God is handling things, the divine is handling things for the collective, but we still have a right to talk about it. If these negative karmic energies in this world, these evil demonic principalities, these big corporations, these government agencies want to flex their muscles, then we have a right to stand up for ourselves and speak about how they're abusing their power. That's our right. That is our spiritual authority. That's our physical authority in this world. There are rights that protect us, that protect our freedom of speech. There are court systems set in place to protect us, allow ourselves to have our days in court, to talk about what these places are doing to us. Okay? Please hit the like button. Share and subscribe. Share this post for real. Okay? You see, because a lot of times, and if somebody knocks at the door, we gonna keep it rolling. Because it ain't nobody but them. You feel me? So we'll keep it rolling. 847 on the clock. So what this comes down to, okay? This is not just about calling people out to keep some drama going. Because yesterday I was like, well, you know what, Dwayne, that seems kind of like you're trying to start some things, start some shit with them. But they already started it. This is not just about a petty landlord dispute, okay? This is about abuse. It's about harassment. It's about abuse. It's about corruption and how a company or their people that they employed are using tactics to cover up what they've been doing wrong this whole entire time. From the day that I moved in here, and confirmation, by the way, I was met with a challenge. I've talked about this before, about how, You know, I came all the way up here from Rochester. I was upset because they didn't do my paperwork. I had hired a mover. You know, I had gotten a truck, you know, put in my notice at my old apartment. Then when I made the phone call that day, there wasn't an apartment available like she had told me that there was. So I was out of money for that. I was stuck in a bind, didn't know what to do. But then I worked it out. Then I ended up coming here. And then the day I came here, the property manager got really nasty with me. We exchanged words. So then she and two other people came at me by myself in a conference room to tell me that they weren't going to be letting me sign my lease because they don't allow disrespectful people to move into their community. Right? So then I had to really kind of humble myself, even though it wasn't even, but you know, sometimes we do. Sometimes we have to take a step back and go, is cussing these bitches out going to be, is it going to work for you? No, because you need a place to live. Okay. So then I took it. They left the room. They were like, well, we'll give you some time to think about what is happening here. Right. So then they left the conference room and came back in. And I said, listen, let me apologize for, you know, getting upset. I said, and then they tried to cut me off. And I said, but no, you're going to listen to what I have to say. Okay. I'm the one that moved all the way up here. I'm the one that was inconvenienced. I'm the one that's being met with all of these different obstacles and challenges after you all made very specific commitments to me. You have me sitting in a room by myself and you all are coming in here with these intimidation tactics. What you're doing is illegal. Okay. You're flexing your muscle. You're telling me that you all dropped the ball. You all are acting in a very unprofessional manner. You're contacting my Section 8 worker without my permission to tell them that you're not going to be moving forward with the lease. Places don't do that. That's intimidation. You're overstepping your boundaries and it's illegal. Confirmation again. So no. You know, at that point I was like, well, whatever, do what you got to do. But I had said my piece. I need a place to live, but not like this. They left out again. They came back 5 minutes later. We're going to let you move in, but just keep in mind that, you know, there are ways that you have to conduct yourself and this, that, and the third. And from that day forward, my door was broken and my apartment's been broken into. I had, people harassing me. They didn't want to repair my door for 4 months. There were people coming in and out of my apartment. You feel me? The spying. I mean, there was a time that I was standing in my apartment because sometimes I would sit in my apartment quiet to see what would happen when people thought that I wasn't here. The property manager was by my door, creeping with her and somebody else. So then, I don't know, she must have heard like a movement and I heard her go, he's in there. And so I came to the door to open up the door and she and the dude flew down the stairs. It's 32 degrees out here in December in Minnesota, and I don't have heat. Maintenance came to take a look at it, and it had been tampered with, sabotaged. The dude goes, why did they cut that? Yeah, they ain't been back since. But then after that, that's when the property manager from over there, the new one, okay, and someone else, again, I told you guys about this, came to my door. Now, I didn't tell you the whole conversation. All I told you about was the part about how he wanted to basically said I was bullshitting on having heat in here because I can feel the heat. Yeah, nigga, because the oven's on in this motherfucker. And it's a gas oven, which, by the way, is not safe. But this is going on 2 years, right? But what I didn't tell you is that they came over here to tell me. And mind you, he yelled at me, raised his voice, told me, forget about the past. The past is done. We don't care about what happened before. We're talking about now. No, but I care about what has happened. Told me that if I didn't move out by the end of the month, they were going to take me back to court and give me another unlawful detainer. And then, in his words, and you'll never be able to get an apartment anywhere else. You're a smart guy. So I just said, okay, whatever. Because what I realized at that point, this is intimidation yet again. Two people coming to my door. I'm in a vulnerable position. I am a tenant, by the way. And I have the property manager and another woman whom I've never seen before. She couldn't even look me in my eyes, convincing me that the best thing for me to do was to move out of this apartment before they gave me another unlawful detainer. Now why are we here? We're here with this because why are you threatening me with another unlawful detainer as if I am the one that continuously is doing something wrong here? I'm in a new lease agreement. And I should have never had to get an unlawful detainer to begin with. Because see, the thing about it is that they were they had a rule here that they weren't going to they weren't supposed to be pursuing any actions against people who had a balance under $2,000. When they took me to court, my balance was only $700 and something that I was working on getting paid. But see, I wasn't, my financial situation wasn't what it is now. I'm able to kind of, better. My finances were not in a good place then. They had to trump it up. They had to trump up my charges that I owed here to the point to where they were saying that I owed for heat, saying that I owed for all of these different things that my legal aid attorney at that time went through. And by the time they ended up deducting all of these late fees, which weren't supposed to be there, the charges for gas, it was $750 that I was going to get paid, that I was getting assistance getting paid for. And before anybody starts talking shit, everybody needs help every now and again, men included. Okay, single people, people with kids, this is the world we live in. But I'm going to tell you again, everybody needs help. Nobody knows what circumstances or situations that people have gone through to get where they are. So cut it with the dumb shit. You feel me? We live in a real world. We live in this world. We may not be of it, but we live here. Okay? So, back to what I'm telling you. I was getting assistance, just to kind of get everything settled. The lady at the office refused to sign paperwork, talk to the person, the people that were going to help me get this balance paid, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But then also too, in Minnesota, you go to eviction court, you can get a referral from the rental office or people in whatever the case may be for like rent help to help you get the balance paid. What they were doing in the office at the time that the lady filed for my eviction was that they were going over who had large balances, and they were allowing them to take it to court and then get the assistance from rent help, because there's a third party agency in the office that assisted people with that kind of helps people, urban strategies that helps people maintain their residence. They never gave the lady as a matter of fact, she told the lady that I moved out before my court date. So there wasn't any type of assistance or help for me. Okay, so we go to court. I found an apartment. She gives me a horrible reference. So then I didn't even get a chance to move. And then so I'm sitting here like, okay, well, fuck, what am I supposed to do now? I can't use them for a reference because she's working over there. So basically what she did, and I have a video that I posted when it happened, what she did was she sabotaged my move so that I got an unlawful detainer and waited for the sheriffs to show up here to put me and my shit out on the street. That didn't happen. All praises to the Most High God. She was later terminated, and so was her regional manager, the other woman that was in the conference room with me when they tried to intimidate me and threaten me. Yeah, they're fired. They no longer work here. As a matter of fact, they've had so many management changes over in the office. Who knows what's going on over there? But I also have proof of with my ledger that they altered, that showed that there were some very unscrupulous financial situations going on, that they were using my apartment account to run money through. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay? So, we're here now. 32 degrees, no heat. A washing machine that went out last year that had water in it, by the way, that they just allowed to sit in here after I made repeated, calls to the office about not just the heat, okay, but about the washing machine that's had water sitting in it from last year that it smells like mold, mildew in there and shit. Yeah. The condition of my door, you should see what it looks like. I got pictures of all this shit, right? The manager came in here and was like, "What happened to your door? What do you think happened to my door? You guys didn't fix it properly. People been trying to get in my apartment. It's damaged." No fixing, nothing there. So there's supposed to be an inspection 2 days from now, right? So he emails. So Section 8 has agreed to pay everything that's owed. He emails her. Well, Mr. Baldry agreed to move out of the apartment. I didn't move by the end of November. No, I didn't. You told me that was the only choice that I had, or this was the other choice. I never agreed to do that. So, there's very much a concept of allowing the divine to handle things for you, which I definitely am. I'm not trying to control anything, but I do have a very particular position here. You're not going to say that I said I was going to do anything. And the Most High God, with handling things, yes, allows us to stand up for ourselves, to stand strong, especially in the ways of injustice. Faith without works is dead. There's a whole other part that we have to do as well. We still have to stand up and be counted, and we still have to stand up and stand in our spiritual and physical authority. It's not okay for companies or organizations, especially where you live, to exhibit. And there's a paper trail. There's actual proof and a paper trail of what I've been experiencing here for them. Because if I would have moved out, what would have happened? Nothing would have gone to court. There wouldn't be no inspection of anybody coming to take pictures of the sabotaged heating unit that only maintenance could have done. Okay? About the condition of the doors. Let's not even get on the fact that I didn't have a mailbox key for like 8 months, but while my mail was being stolen, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what was going on there, huh? All of these extra wires and shit in the apartment. Yeah, we already know what it is, you guys. So if I would have moved out by the end of November, guess what? Then there wouldn't be anything that I would have been able to do. I feel like they were trying to avoid this shit going to court because they know they dropped the ball. How do you explain? Oh, you should have put your rent in escrow. Yeah, maybe I should have. I probably should have done that. You're right. But see, the thing about putting the rent in escrow is that, when you're on a limited income or you don't have any income, you can't pay escrow, especially a $750 balance or anything higher than that. And that's the reason why there are organizations, there are governments, there are agencies and there are protocols is what I'm trying to tell you. There's assistance available to people who, it's really, if something's not put in escrow, yeah, for to enforce repairs, then yeah, we're talking about a lot of different things here, but really it's just one simple thing. The sabotage that's occurred, the harassment that's occurred. A judge could ask me, why didn't you put the rent in escrow? I would have a very simple answer. But then the judge has to look at them and go, well, why has he been sitting around with who went into his apartment and damaged the heating unit? Or why wasn't it repaired when he moved in? Did you do a walkthrough? No, they didn't. Well, why did it take you 4 months to fix his door on the north side of Minneapolis after he had already made a call that somebody broke into his apartment? Why is his door in that condition? Okay? Why is the other door in that condition where somebody else broke that door too trying to get in here? Why have you tried to evict Mr. Baldry over 10 times in 6 months? Like, what were you guys doing over there? Is there anybody that can come and speak to this? Oh, they're fired. You terminated them. Why'd you terminate them? See, these are the things that would have to be answered for. If not in housing court, in civil court. But see, what happens is that, these large companies and these large agencies come up against one single person all the time. And it becomes a standard. It becomes a fucking standard where these large companies pick on the little guy, the people that are in bad situations, dire situations where our life, like who the fuck wants to be out in the cold or out of an apartment? If it doesn't have to go that far. I can guarantee you that I'm the only person over here that is without heat at this time. Yeah, I'm the only person. I'm the only person that probably ended up in eviction court with that small of a balance. Yeah, and that wasn't offered any type of any type of assistance, aid, or help. I'm the only person. And if I wasn't the only person, I hope other people are watching. I was a part of a group of people that would meet up once a month to talk about finances, buying houses. But we also talked about the things that were going on in our communities. There were some other people that were a part of that group that lived over here that were experiencing horrible situations with this company over here. So you got to know that the Most High, when we gather in numbers, when enough people gather in numbers, 3 or more people, the Most High hears. And that goes for people that are doing karmic, demonic, low vibrational shit as well. The Most High hears that too. And see, again, I'd like to repeat, this is not about me starting shit and keeping things going back and forth or trying to pick fights or nitpicking. This is about traumatic abuse that I've suffered since I've lived in this fucking apartment community. Okay? Somebody could say, well, why are they doing that to you? It's not my job to figure that out. I don't have to worry about why they are confirmation. It's not my job to worry about why they are doing it. It's my job to just tell you that they are. See, I wrote something down the other day. Where is it at? Okay? And I want people in the collective to really kind of pay attention to this, okay? Let me see if I can find it real quick because it's important. I keep hearing certain things that guide me, that allow me to take myself out of a situation. Yeah, don't explain the why, explain the what. And this goes to people and to law enforcement because we know the why. We know why they do what they do. We know what's going on. We do. But when you get to explaining why to people, then it makes you look crazy. It makes you look insane. It does. Because we already know that's the way it's supposed to be set up. Targeted individual, gang stalking, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter which one of those things it is. This shit's been around for ages. You could ask anybody that survived the civil rights era. Oh, they'll tell you targeted individuals are a thing. Gang stalking is a thing. It's still a thing. It just depends on how you want to call it. See, when you use words that they coined as conspiracy theorist kind of words, then nobody wants to pay attention to you. So we're just going to say that they've been discriminating against me for a number of different reasons. It could be for my spiritual practices. It could be for my sexuality. It could be for my skin color. I don't know. But there are a number of different reasons as to why they would have to explain why they've only singled me out for certain things. Listen, I can only give what I would think, but the facts are there. The paper trail is there. The evidence is there. Okay? See, what happens is that, people are pigeonholed. People are labeled. And what they want to do is that they want to give people very particular labels and then have you look like it, okay? They've been trying to poke the bear and prod me over here, trying to get me to act a fool, trying to get me to act out of pocket because that's the narrative. That helps them. Okay? I'm not an ignorant nigger. Okay? I'm not an ignorant person. Okay? I'm not a person who lacks integrity. I'm a person actually, and it's in my lease agreement as well. It shouldn't have been harassing me to begin with. I've been getting harassed by people. Old friends, exes, since I've been here. All of these things are in my lease agreement, and that's another thing as well. They shouldn't have never touched me. Confirmation. But to leave a bad situation, an abusive situation, to come here for peace and solace, only to come here and then be harassed? No. And I'm liking to say that a lot of what has occurred, we already know what it is, people. Family and exes, or whatever, they can take their fucking pick. Whoever lined their pockets with some money or whatever they were given to come after me. There was even people in the office talking about I was a black witch. They took my cousin into an office and threatened her with her job for her to say that I threatened the property manager. All of that, there's a paper trail of that. Like a literal paper trail, not just me talking about it. The number of different times they tried to use very false lies to get me put out of here. I've never been somebody that backed down when people were doing something wrong to me. And I almost was there after I was in that abusive situation, after the system abused me. Oh yeah, I cowered. I went into a shell. I didn't want it. I just wanted peace. I felt as long as if I hid myself, then it would eventually go away. But no, the shit got worse. The shit got worse. And I'm taking a stand, and I've been taking stands. I take stands for things all the time on this channel, not just my personal issues, but the shit that comes out in the readings and the things that I pay attention to in the collective. You feel me? It's okay for big companies, rental agencies, rental properties, apartment management communities to keep fucking with people. Because they have the resources, the money, the expensive lawyers. And then really at the end of the day, most times it's not even about that. They just really know how to work the system. And a lot of times it happens to people that are receiving federal aid to live in places. They treat them like shit. They take their money. They don't give them anything. And then what do after they milk that? They evict them and make it harder for people to maintain a very small, comfortable space, a place in life. That's all people truly want, is to be left the fuck alone. To be able to live in peace. But they don't allow that. They don't want to allow that. But they only get away with the shit because we don't talk about it. Or we can't, or we're unable to because of the situation. If you're living out on the streets, and you don't have anybody, it's hard to fight against people. And that's what these big organizations count on. Well, they ain't got nobody anyway. So what are they going to do? They're going to sue us? When they going to find time to sue us? When they're living on the streets or living in the shelter trying to get on their feet? Yeah, that's what they do. And so today, no. I've already called judgment on these assholes. Okay? But if they're going to, don't put no fucking words in my mouth. Don't say that I agreed to do anything. But you're not. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? You come into my apartment. You knock at my door like you're the fucking police. I open the door. You try to come in like we're going to have a civil discussion. You're raising your voice at me. You threaten me with an eviction. You threaten me that I won't ever be able to find another place again. And then you have the audacity to then say that I agreed. No, you came at me under some type of duress and I never agreed to do any fucking thing. And it'd be two of their words against mine. You see what they do? So no. Okay? You want to file papers, McCormick, Barron, and Salazar, against me because you guys are trying to sweep shit underneath the rug that your staff members have been doing to me, and probably not just me over here either. And this is not the only property you guys own, so I can just about imagine what kind of bullshit you're doing to everybody else in these other apartment communities that you all own or manage. It doesn't take much to do the right thing. To apologize and fix the situation. The capital that you all earn every year or the worth of your business will never be more than somebody's life or their livelihood. And you all are in the business of helping people protect their livelihoods or keep up a good quality of life. That's your job. That is the industry that you all are in, providing comfortable living for people, not getting people into apartments to make their lives so uncomfortable. And then after they leave, they don't have a comfortable life. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, especially when you're receiving government funded assistance from people. Okay? These things that we are going through, y'all, have been going on against people like us all since the beginning of time. If you want to say chosen ones, say chosen ones. If you want to say people of God, say people of God. I like to just say good people. Not perfect people or people that are without flaws or people that have not made mistakes, but good people. Good people. Good people. That are looking for peace and comfort in a world that have already kicked us the fuck around. And these are not victim statements, they're facts. Whether these attacks are fueled by government agencies, family members, crazy exes, jealous friends, who knows? It doesn't matter. These places that we live, it's not up to them to enforce or to become a part of the attacks. That's not their job. They're supposed to be separate of that. But you get these people that are willing to take money and place that money and the motivations of others over your life value. And that's not what they're supposed to be doing. We all have a right to be happy and at peace on this fucking planet. Okay? So this message and I'm gonna tag the company in the video, because see, last night when I uploaded the post in the community tab, I feel like God told me to take it down because what good is that gonna do? They're not gonna see that, but other people, this gains more traction because there are so many of us that are walking around here underneath the thumb of corrupt landlords and property management communities. It's not okay. It's not right for them to be a party to the harassment that we receive or the theft of our money or mail. You feel me? For people to be coming in and out of our apartments whenever the fuck they feel like it, leaving surveillance equipment in and out of our apartments, having neighbors stalk us, harass us. No. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. And there are plenty of us out here that deal with that shit every fucking day. Nobody deserves to be anywhere feeling unsafe or always on guard looking over their shoulders. Nobody. Do these motherfuckers that own these properties or that manage these properties, are they living like that? Nope. Do they have heat and air conditioning and clean water? Yes, they do. They have all that shit. Do their doors lock properly? Yes, they do. But see, you know what needs to happen? Like on the old sitcoms back in the 80s, the landlords need to come live in the conditions like they're fucking tenants. And see, I'm still, I wanted to give everything the benefit of the doubt and go, you know what? Maybe they're just not aware of what's going on. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Because as we all know, if a property management or a manager anywhere at a company doesn't want something to get to the higher ups, they never see it. They're too busy doing other things, purchasing other properties, trying to manage their stock portfolios, taking expensive vacations. And they're probably under the impression that the people like me or people like you collective don't deserve to be there because we're menaces to society or to the communities when most of us just mind our motherfucking business and try to handle things in a very civil manner. It's the apartment communities. It's the people that they place around us, the people that they intentionally move down the hall or across from us or upstairs, downstairs, that harass us, that keep us on edge, to keep us out of focus. You feel me? That's what they use. Okay? I'm tired of these big companies. I'm tired of these government agencies calling false judgment, bearing false witness against us. And we're not supposed to call them out on it. Bullshit, not today. Okay? And I took this to the Most High God. Okay? I kept hearing, use your voice. That's what you have it for. Confirmation. So I hope this message inspires people to speak up for yourself. Don't allow people that first of all, these people most of them don't even know who the fuck you truly are or what kind of power you have. And maybe you don't, but there's something about a voice that you have and your intention behind it, not to cause shit, but for justice, for people just to do the right motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So share this video. And if you're feeling inspired, post your own today. Okay? I'm your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. Thank you for joining me this morning. I will be back later with the message, but this one had to go out. I love you all for your continued love and support. You guys, we are in this together. But the changes that we're looking for, the awareness that we all so desperately desire, can't happen unless we all speak up together. Each of us have a very particular story. Most of us do that. Watch my channel and watch a lot of other spiritual channels or tarot channels. We all have the same similar stories, and it's not by coincidence. These things are happening because we were chosen to create change. We were chosen to bring awareness to these kind of things. See, don't get it twisted. The people use the chosen label as a means to say that you're supposed to be rich. You're supposed to be this. No. When you're chosen, you go through the things that you go through so that nobody else has to. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you very much. Share this motherfucking message. And if you're feeling froggy, tag the apartment community. Put the @ sign. It will be underneath this video, because maybe somebody over there can get up off of their ass and watch this video and actually do something about what the fuck's going on over here with me and probably other people. You feel me? I'm your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. Remember, you grow, I grow, I grow, you grow, we grow together. Give me a hug. It's always love and light around this bitch. And as always, take it easy. I love you. To the moon and back. Deuces.